This may look like a chunk error, but no. This is the work of me and my friends dedicating hours to this one job. This is how we mined out an entire chunk in 24 hours. I started by mining a tree, and then I decided I would need some basic stone tools. I decided to gather some melons because these could be my major food source going in. I grabbed some coal, and then I crafted some torches. But when I was down in the depths, we got faced with our first foe, a witch. It splashed us both with poison, but with dashing strikes, we were able to take it out of the game and get an insta health potion. This was huge. Afterwards, we gathered some iron ore, and then we found more iron ore that led to a deeper part of the cave, where there was even more iron ore. But once I was mining the iron, I looked up and saw diamonds. A big vein, at least 4 diamonds, but then foes came after me trying to steal my diamonds. I was able to take them out with dashing strikes. I decided to put down a furnace and smelt up 3 iron and craft an iron pickaxe. I decided to mine the diamonds and see how many I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. An 8 vein. This was perfect. That was the most amount of diamonds you could get in Minecraft. I decided the best option would be to craft some basic diamond tools. I decided that the best would be to craft a diamond pickaxe and then a diamond shovel to help me mine out the chunk. A chunk is a lot of blocks, so I would need these diamond tools to help me complete it. I also decided to craft a sword, basically for stabbing. But I decided to grab some melons because I realized I would need way more food than I had right now. And then we were locating a new area when we found some mobs that wanted to kill us. I was on 1.5 heart and my teammate was on half a heart. This was bad. I decided that since I was a little bit higher on health, I would have to rush the skeleton and try to take him out. But while I was trying to rush him, I got flanked by the zombie and murdered. After being brutally murdered, I decided it would be a good time to farm some more melons, because that's what you do after you get stabbed. It's just what you do. I decided to lay down the blueprints of where I'd mine out the chunk, and then I decided to get my shovel in the mud and actually start mining. This was the beginning of a long process. We were able to take care of the first layer pretty easily and take out the last few blocks here, as you can see. The next layer, though, was also very, very easy, and we were again able to take it out very, very fast, but we ran into an issue. Below that was stone, and stone would be 10 times harder to be able to mine. Even with a diamond pickaxe, it wouldn't last long, the diamond pickaxe, and we knew that, so this would be a very long time. It became nighttime, so we decided to light up the place a bit with all the torches we had left over from mining, and we got rid of the last bit of the dirt before we had to go into the dreaded cobblestone. When we went onto the stone, I realized it took over 3 times longer to mine than the dirt did, and my diamond pickaxe was not going to last forever. And as we got rid of this layer, we started to realize our accomplishment. We realized this would take a long time, but it would definitely be worth it as we finished up this next layer. A foe tried to get in between us and our mine. I told my friend to stay away, but he didn't. He went towards it, and it blew up part of our chunk. We would have to fix this, and this would cause some major delays. The area still wasn't safe, though, as we were being attacked from mobs by all angles. I decided to get in a bunker and spend the night. As I got attacked by skeletons, I got to 1.5 hearts, but I was able to block myself and survive. After it was safe, I went back to mining, and in the daytime, I felt even safer. We did the math and figured out how long it took to mine blocks and how long it took to mine a layer. It took a very, very long time. As I finished off this layer, I saw coal in the corner of my eye. I realized that ores would be way harder to mine, and this was just coal. Eventually, we would get into the obsidian layers, and that would be a nightmare. As I started to mine a bit more, we wanted to tell you how this is not easy. This took us over 2 hours just to do this, and we're not even close to a quarter of the way done. This was taking a very, very long time, but we realized if we work together, we should be able to get this done pretty fast. So what we decided to do is just continue working until we found a water cave right in the middle of our chunk. We would have to drain all the water out of this. And this wasn't all my problems. There was also a skeleton on the surface that almost killed me. It got me down to 2.5 hearts, but I was able to kill it off with my diamond sword. And eventually, I was also able to fill in the water cave so we could get back to work. We knew that this was good, but it wasn't enough. We would need to work harder if we wanted to complete it. One good thing about mining out chunk is you find tons of iron and other minerals on your way. But I knew this would not be enough. My diamond pickaxe was about to break, and I was super worried. It was able to finish off a couple more layers, but still, without my diamond pickaxe, the process would go way, way slower. But as always said, all good things must come to an end. And breaking some stone blocks, my diamond pickaxe came to an end. Luckily, an iron pickaxe was still fast, but it had like 1/10 the durability. I don't know how I was going to be able to craft enough to finish this project. We might have to eventually go into stone pickaxes. But when everything was looking up, I got knocked in by a zombie, and I had to go all the way back from spawn. Luckily, it wasn't that hard of a trip, and I was able to make my way back and start mining stone again. I'm going to be honest, mining a chunk isn't that fun. So what we did to pass the time is we would murder each other a bunch. But it got kind of annoying because we would kill each other when other people weren't expecting it, and people started to get mad. So what we started to do is get dedicated PvP times, and we would just fight for tons of time. But eventually, in the midst of all the fighting, laid a parrot. Sitting wisely on the ground, I decided to tame it. I loved and cherished my parrot, so when Ethan tried to kidnap it, I was furious. I grabbed my diamond sword and killed him with dashing strikes and located my parrot. I decided he would be safer on my shoulder, but when I was underground, Ethan slayed my parrot. And we got a third person because it would be a lot of work for 2 people to mine a chunk. And not gonna lie, I'm kind of goated on the MLGs, as you can see here. We don't talk about it! We figured out this fun new game where we would PvP on this bridge. But after a while, we knew we had to get back to work. Until Ethan murdered this parrot. You knew I had to stab him. What was I supposed to do? We were very deep underground at Y17. We could find diamonds at any moment. And other things, like lava pools, which we did find one. And don't worry about what's going on there. It's just torture. Just as things were looking up, I was mining peacefully, just hoping nothing would go wrong as we were in the finishing stretch at Y15. But things went very, very wrong. We found a cave, which usually wouldn't be that bad, but there's a lava pool with obsidian. That's the hardest block to mine in Minecraft. This was very, very bad. Just as we thought it couldn't get worse. Guess what? It got worse. We found a different part of the cave, and it had more obsidian. This was really, really bad. I thought this would be really bad. I mean, really bad. And it was. But with 3 people working, how long could it take, right? It still took a very, very long time. About 20 or so minutes. But we were able to finally finish. Just as things were looking up, my friend placed water on the lava, making more obsidian. And then my friend mined cobblestone, fell in lava, and placed more water, making more obsidian. How could this get any worse? Luckily, my friends decided to work together, but it was still very frustrating because this set us back a couple of minutes, which wasn't big, but when you've been doing this for multiple hours, it starts to add up. But we finished off another layer very easily, but when I wanted to finish, my friends just wanted to stab each other. On the plus side, though, we were able to reach bedrock finally, and this was looking very up. Bedrock is staying at the very bottom of the world. And when we were starting to reach bedrock, that means each layer would have less and less stone until there was none. My friend got trapped in a bedrock hole, and we laughed at him a lot until he finally placed a block. Bedrock is unbreakable, so we thought he was completely stuck. But with some finishing blows to some stone, it was complete. All of our hard work has finally paid off. And what's a better way to celebrate than killing your friends with some melons?